guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. I have been looking into the Suzanne Morphew case, and this is going to be one of definitely a few videos. I'm pretty much just going to cover a bit of the timeline today and my initial thoughts with that, because there is so much to talk about in this case. Now, if you're not familiar with the case, this will definitely get you caught up and kind of get you, into what's going on. Because this is, now that her body has been discovered in September, this case is really going to start, I think, coming out further. And her husband, who was charged and then charges were dropped, I think that we're going to see charges re-emerge for him very, very soon. So let's go over the timeline. Okay, so this happened in 2020. She disappeared on Mother's Day, really. The police are also thinking it may have been May 9th, the day before. So it was the weekend, Mother's Day weekend of 2020. So the timeline does begin further into it when there's for the actual probable cause affidavit when they arrested her husband, Barry. But for this particular video, I'm just going to start with May 6th. May 6, 2020, 10:17 a.m., Suzanne sent a text to Barry. "I'm done. I could care less what you've been up to for years. We just need to figure this out civilly." 3:51 p.m., Barry replied back, "I promise you are wrong about all this crazy thoughts about me. Only a fool would stray from an angel like you. When I'm dead, which won't be long, you guys will be taken care of." I find that text a bit odd, specifically the when the "I'm dead" part, but okay. Then we jump to May 7th. Suzanne and Jeff Liebler, who is a high school friend who had become in the last year a bit more than a platonic relationship. So that kind of started in about February of 2019. They texted a lot that particular day. Barry and Suzanne have pizza and look at houses around town. She would tell Jeff Liebler that the evening was a fine, quiet night. So she wasn't really completely honest with Jeff either. So that is May 7th. Then we jump to the next day, which is May 8th. 7:02 a.m. Suzanne saved on her notes application a list of grievances, reasons to leave her marriage. One reason said that Barry accused her of having a boyfriend. Another is act like I'm intruding in the garage, which an investigator who interviewed Barry later testified meant that he thought she had cameras in the garage. 9:28 a.m. Suzanne texts her sister Melinda. She told her how hard it was dealing with the harsh abrasiveness and showing respect. Her sister told detectives later she was not sure how to respond to that text. 10 a.m. How hard it was dealing with the harsh abrasiveness and showing respect. So basically, she was, complaining to her sister on May 8th about her marriage, and she was not really necessarily sure how to deal with some of those. May 9th, morning, Suzanne exchanged 59 texts between the two of them, one of which with Liebler, that is her, I guess you would say her affair, one of which said we need to be husband and wife. 11:30 a.m. Barry came home for lunch and left to change the blade on his Bobcat. 2:07 p.m. Suzanne sent a selfie to Jeff Liebler. It is the last known moment that she was alive. 2:42 through 2:44 p.m., that window, Barry returned home and was moving around the house outside of the home a great deal. He would later explain that he was shooting chipmunks. Now, I don't think the police actually stated the same thing. What person runs around the outside of their home. Now, I'm going to show you their home. It was a huge home that they have, okay? But you're going to run around your home shooting chipmunks. Yeah, granted, I'm going to tell you that Barry is a big hunter, okay? But you're going to run around your home constantly chasing chipmunks. It's a very strange explanation, to say the least. 6:40 through 6:48 p.m. Sheila Oliver, Suzanne's best friend, told investigators she tried to reach Suzanne that day, sending 3 Snapchat messages between 6:40 and 6:48 p.m. with no luck. 9:24 to 9:52 p.m. Telematics show the doors of Barry Morphew's truck open and closed over and over. Now, this is a more recent technology with the vehicles. They're able to see, when a car door opens, somebody enters it, what have you. So that's another great piece of information for detectives. 9:25 p.m. Telematics showed the gears went into reverse. The truck backed 96 feet to the edge of the driveway. That evening, Suzanne's Facebook codes were reset and people started friending her there. She gained 23 total friends from Indiana, 20 of whom were men. So that's strange in and of itself. All of a sudden, her Facebook code changed and she gained a whole bunch of new followers the day before she was supposedly disappeared. It's a little strange. May 9th through 2020 through May 10th, 2020. 2:47 p.m. until 4:37 a.m. on May 10th. Barry's phone went into airplane mode, a setting on cell phones that prevents the device from sending or receiving calls and text messages. So it's another silent do not disturb, which of course we all know it's used mostly when you're traveling by air. Agent Grusing would tell the court during a probable cause hearing that this was, quote, 6 hours we don't know what happened, unquote. So you've got a 6-hour window that he puts his phone into airplane mode, and who the hell knows what's going on? That's, to me, it's very odd if that's not something you normally do. And most people don't normally put their phone into airplane mode unless they have to. They're on a plane. When Senior Deputy DA Jeff Lindsay inquired if this was enough time to dispose of a body, Grusing replied he would have had 6 hours. That would be 3 hours round trip. It is an important point. During probable cause hearings, Morphew's attorney said there was no blood and DNA in Morphew's truck, which never left the driveway, and that the ground was frozen. Now, we're going to get further into May 10th here on the next slide. But the DA's office believes that Barry is the cause of he killed his wife. That's the bottom line. And his daughters have been supportive of him from the beginning, which we'll also get more into. I find very strange. So I think there's more to that as well. All right, so detailing that May 10th day, 3:25 a.m. through 3:52 a.m., doors of Morphew's truck were opened and closed repeatedly. 4:23 a.m., Suzanne's phone pinged for the last time. The cell phone has never been found. 4:30 a.m., Barry told investigators he woke up. 5 a.m., Barry told police he left for Broomfield to fix a retaining wall for his landscaping company. He said he left Suzanne sleeping soundly in their bedroom. He would be the last known person to see Suzanne alive. 5:38 a.m. Barry texted his mother, "Happy Mother's Day." 6:56 a.m. Barry was near Bailey on his way to the Broomfield job. 8:10 a.m. Morphew arrived in Broomfield, and soon after, surveillance cameras and truck data showed him throwing trash away at various places in Broomfield. I believe it's 5 different stops he made, 5 different trash cans, dumpsters. It's very, very strange. Why would you dump multiple trash in multiple places? I don't know about anybody else, but I tend to throw trash in the closest possible receptacle. To me, it's like if you're trying to put something further away, you have something to hide. And stopping at multiple trash cans, unless you've picked up more, trash you've been eating and, more trash. But in one day, multiple stops for one person, very sus to me. Very, very, very sus. 8:35 a.m., surveillance video from a hotel showed Barry walk through the front doors. 8:41 a.m., Barry texted Suzanne that he made it to Broomfield, and asked her to call him when she got a chance. You up? Happy Mother's Day. I love you, he texted her. 10:10 a.m., Barry left the hotel. During that morning, he visited a McDonald's and threw out something small, yet another piece of trash, which he later told police was wrappers. Okay, we could buy that one maybe, Barry. Maybe you ate a burger or what have you, or breakfast sandwich. He then visited a car wash and a men's warehouse store where he throws away more trash. He also visited the work site where he was to repair a retaining wall for about 20 minutes but didn't follow through because work was prohibited on Sundays. So he makes this trip out to Broomfield and he can't do any work on Sunday. So to me, that's a red flag. I mean, it's Mother's Day. It's a Sunday. I mean, come on. That's just, it's an oddity for sure. 12:42 until 5:55 p.m. Surveillance video showed that Barry did not leave his hotel room. So we went back to the hotel and he basically stayed there for a few hours. Whether he took a nap, what he did in there. 3:30 p.m. Barry texted Suzanne to give him a call. 5:15 p.m. Neighbor Jean Ritter called Barry to let him know that Suzanne was missing. Her bicycle was gone, but her Range Rover was in the garage. Their daughters, Mallory and Macy, were on a road trip with one of Mallory's friends and were not getting responses to their Happy Mother's Day communications. 5:38 a.m. District Attorney Investigator Alex Walker was informed that Suzanne was missing. As the evening fell, deputies arrived at the Morphew home and discovered Suzanne's bike with colorful pedals down a ravine near the home. The handlebars were twisted. And I'm going to show that body cam video momentarily here as well. 5:45 p.m., Morphew received a second call from Ritter. 6 p.m., Barry made several trips to his truck bringing in tools. Approximately 6 p.m., Miles Harden, a friend of Macy's, is contacted by law enforcement. He drove around and looked for Suzanne with no luck. He told deputies that Suzanne had never gone up the trail where her bike was found because the gains are hard. The gains are hard and it's a crazy climb. So she's a good biker, but it was a tough trail to take. 8:46 p.m., Barry arrived at home in his truck. He asked deputies if they saw any cats on the road, referring to mountain lions. They responded that they hadn't seen one recently. Now, that's a strange question. Your wife's missing. They find her bike supposedly at the bottom of a ravine, twisted up, and you're concerned about like mountain lions, bobcats, because obviously that's the first thing you think of when your wife's missing. But before we continue the timeline, let me play the bit of the body cam here that was released of when Barry did meet the police and they told him about the bike. So this is going to be the body cam. It's about a 6-minute long clip here.
Where is it? Where's the bike?
Oh, it's right there.
Where was it?
It was like just right down here in this little embankment right here. So, sorry, GPS dude. We got the husband on the scene here with me.
I'm here with my daughter. She's at Harry's house.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, you can go down there.
Was it a crash?
I mean, the bike looked, the way it was laying, it kind of...
I feel like he's acting here. Oh, was in a crash. Is she okay? Oh, let me hug this person, my neighbor. I don't know. I'm just his reaction is just, to me, it's a little odd.
I don't look like it, but there's not really that much damage to the bike. That's the thing.
Lion?
Yeah, it was just like
Was there
lion.
no lion? Mountain lion?
I didn't see anything that would
I didn't see anything, and they're not letting us go over the side.
because we're getting.
What is up with Barry and lions? Was it a mountain lion? Oh, maybe a mountain lion got my wife. I don't think it's a mountain lion, Barry. Come on.
Getting a tractor
We're bringing dogs.
Where'd you find her bike? Right
just
here?
right down in here.
Do you know
Yeah.
where my husband and son are?
They
They're
Yeah.
probably went down to Boone.
Yeah,
down to the
so-
house. We're at my house.
And Bear, just I know it's tough right now. Do you mind if I just get your driver's license for our record stuff? Search and rescue's on their way. Hey Barry, and then I'll probably need your help to kind of tell me some of the trails that she frequents, so we can backtrack some of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
Oh man. And she's an avid mountain biker, right?
It's just started about. She's been here.
And just for confirmation, you left this morning at 5.
She was sound asleep.
Okay. And she told you she was gonna go bike
She
riding?
bikes every day, yeah.
Okay.
She said she's gonna bike when she gets up.
So she was asleep in the bed when you left. Did you say bye to her or anything?
No, she's sound asleep.
Okay.
Always leave her.
So the last time you probably actually saw her was this morning. That was it, right?
Yeah, I've been in Broomfield. I got a big job up there. I've been there all day.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, you need to calm down.
No, it's all good, man.
He's making sure to tell the officer, oh, I've had a big job. I've been gone all day. Make sure my alibi's out there, make sure they know I wasn't around this whole time.
We're doing the best. We got
Did
a
they
lot of
check
people
the house?
coming.
Did they?
Yeah, they've got.
Where you look through the house?
Yeah, they got the house. So what we're doing is we're keeping people out of the house because if the dog comes, they want to get a scent from out of the house.
Yeah.
So they don't want to pollute that scent. So that way we can start trying. And I walked up this. Like I said, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Nothing looked like.
I wonder if she was hurt. If she could climb up the hill?
But that's the thing. When we came here, still was daylight, right? So if she was right here, somebody would have easily, you know what I mean? Just because it was like literally like right down. It was this. I mean, if we saw it coming in, somebody would have definitely seen it too,
Yeah, it was obvious. It would have been seen. Popular area for walkers, hikers, bikers, what have you. Somebody would have seen her if she legitimately crashed.
How'd it go?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Do you want us to stage down at that residence or?
So hold on, let me give this to you,
Yeah.
and I'll get right with you.
Okay, no worries.
Hey, Barry. Besides, I know the bike was here, but what are some of the paths that, or like the trails, like
She rides this road. She rides up to. She rides up to the top, and then she goes up to Flus's.
Okay,
If there's no
Flus's.
snow, she'll go up high on Flus's. She's went down this one a couple of times.
Down this one here too?
Yeah.
Okay. So double check Flus's over there too, because I think
Well,
was it
she-
Miles? I think
she-
Miles. Yeah, I know. We just want to double check everything. So yeah.
Did anybody look for foot tracks on the road?
I haven't seen anything really, but
Like people tracks? We're lying.
I didn't really notice. But I won't lie, I'm not like an expert tracker or something, Yeah, so my partner is actually the one that saw and picked it up, but it was like the top of it was weird because feels like the top of the bike was like up this way.
So maybe flipped.
Maybe, I don't know, man.
But the problem is,
Go ahead.
what's the thing about 4 o'clock in the morning? Was activity on the phone?
5 o'clock. Oh yeah, so we pinged the phone and it said the last activity was at 4 in the morning.
Up here?
It's off of the Ponzi Tower. So there's not any specific coordinate. Hey, could you not touch the bike with your hands, please?
Yeah, Barry, let's not touch the evidence. Because you're not supposed to touch evidence. But we all know if he's responsible, he's going to touch it because, oh, well, that was my accidental handprints and what have you. Yeah, I didn't toss her bike out there or, anything malicious like that. No, I would never do such a thing.
Hey guys!
That's the husband. Because I've been wearing gloves, I've been trying not to. So.
Put it in your. Can you fit it in your car?
No, but I could try to. My car is with the back is filled with tack here and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, and the bike was found right there. See that little pink thing right in there. And you could see it on our initial body camera too when we found it, right over there, right there by like that tree. So I didn't seem a little distraught and freaked out. He's kind of going back and like, why didn't they check the recruit? I'm like, we're trying to do the best fit. And this guy, I guess his name's George Davis. He showed up on his own. I guess Barry. Hey Barry, are you guys? Are you where are you guys headed? Okay. Here soon. I'm gonna probably have you come and talk with us more. All right. Thanks, man.
So to me, that body cam is just, I feel like he's acting. He's trying to appear upset. And it's just a little odd. And of course him going and touching the bike and I don't know. He doesn't add up to me in so many ways. All right, back to our timeline. May 11th of 2020. Investigators speak with Barry around 1 p.m. Suzanne was supposed to have a cancer treatment but did not show up for the appointment. Searchers were organizing to look for Suzanne Morphew. So this is Monday, and she's still not found. May 12th, investigators got a search warrant for Barry's truck. Search dogs were called in to do a smell test on the vehicle. They found no blood inside or outside of the truck. Well, he did just clean up the truck on Sunday, so that might be part of the problem with that one. May 13th, Suzanne's turquoise bike helmet was found undamaged, 8.84 miles from where they found the bike and 10 meters off of the highway. If she crashed, if she went over something and fell over, and the bike was found like they're stating it was twisted upward down a ravine, you would assume that she would have hit her head, had some sort of damage to that helmet. So that's another red flag for sure. Investigators suspected she never did take a bike ride. Bingo, she didn't take a bike ride. I think the bike was planted. Her camelback and sunglasses, which her family said she always took with her when she rode, were in her Range Rover SUV still in the garage. And there's a photo of that as well. It's part of their evidence. Yeah, when you go out for a bike ride or a run as a runner, and I used to do a little bit of bike rides, you always have water with you. So, and then if you're going to be riding in the sun, you're going to have sunglasses. So that to me is another very suspicious thing for sure. May 15th, evidence response team of the Denver division of the FBI was brought in to participate in ongoing efforts. May 19th to May 20th of 2020, NecroSearch geologists conducted ground penetrating radar survey and came up with nothing. So again, we're now getting, a week or so into things and nothing. No sign of Suzanne Morphew. All right, now we move to July. Bit of a jump on the timeline. Colorado Bureau of Investigation investigators called Barry and he invited them over for steaks. They ate dinner together and prayed for Suzanne. That's a little strange. But they may have been trying to get some information from him in a casual manner. So I don't know about that one, though. July 9th through July 10th of 2020, Morphew and his daughters were told to leave the home while investigators searched. They found no blood inside. They did find, however, a tranquilizer dart cap in the dryer. It was like in the lint trap. Later, they theorized that Barry shot Suzanne with a tranquilizer to sedate her, an idea which the attorneys later refuted. I think it's very, very possible that's what he did, and maybe he was chasing her outside the home when we have all that weird, GPS, and he's saying, I was chasing chipmunks. Okay, Barry. Chipmunks it is. November 2020. Investigators learned about recordings on a spy pen that Suzanne bought and was using to try and catch Barry in an affair, and that it was Suzanne who was in a sexual or love relationship with a man named Jeff Liebler. The two secretly met 6 times during a 1.5-year long relationship. November 13th, 2020, police spoke with Liebler. He told law enforcement that no one knew about their relationship, including Suzanne Morphew's closest friends and family. So it was definitely a secret affair, for sure. Now we are jumping to May 5th of 2021. Barry Morphew was arrested, and Barry was charged with first-degree murder, tampering with evidence, and attempting to influence a public servant. Suzanne's body was not recovered, but Chaffee County Sheriff John Spees remarked, "Our belief is that Suzanne is not alive at this time." Yeah, a lot of the evidence was so pointing to Barry. Like I said, there's just so much in this case, it's going to take quite a lot of discussion to get through it all. August 9th, 2021, a preliminary hearing where prosecutors presented evidence to a judge to determine if there was enough evidence to send the case to trial began for Barry. His family attended each day, and his daughters Mallory and Macy sat in the rows behind their father in support of him. They communicated via eye contact and made heart hands with Barry. Their belief in his innocence has never wavered. They are completely loyal to Barry. I don't get why they're not as loyal to their mother. That part just bothers me so much, and it's just very strange. And I feel like he's somehow influenced them in some way. September 20th of 2021, 11th Judicial District Chief Judge Patrick Murphy ruled to let Barry out of jail on $500,000 cash-only bail. He walked out a couple of days later after posting the amount. Yeah, he found the money. Flanked by his 2 daughters. They were arm in arm. Like I said, they are very, very supportive of their daddy. Murphy also unsealed the arrest affidavit, which laid out the prosecution's case, which is that he covered it up. He killed his wife. December 2021, Judge Murphy, who had been presiding over the case, removed himself after defense attorneys complained about a conflict of interest. February 2022, the murder trial was moved from Chaffee County to Fremont County. In a statement, officials said the move was made because of the size of the community and the persuasive negative pre-trial publicity since Suzanne Morphew's disappearance. The court finds that a fair trial cannot take place in Chaffee County. This is a high-profile case in a relatively small county with a small jury pool. The media saturation is high. Soon after, 11th Judicial District Judge Ramsey Lama took over the case. April 19th, 2022. Less than 2 weeks before the trial, Ramsey Lama granted a motion to dismiss filed by the prosecution in the murder case against Barry Morphew. The case was dropped without prejudice, meaning that the investigation could be revisited should new evidence surface. Now, as disappointing as this is, I think this was the smartest move for the prosecution, And now that we have a body, I think things are going to really start to change. May 2nd, 2023, Barry Morphew filed a $15 million civil suit against several prosecutors, Chaffee County, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and as well as the FBI. The lawsuit stated that Morphew was seeking damages caused by the prosecutors, Chaffee County, and law enforcement officials. I don't think he's going to get far with that. September 22nd, 2023. CBI investigators unearthed remains in a shallow grave near Moffett in Saginaw County, and I'm probably saying that incorrectly. I apologize to the locals. They were looking for remains of another missing woman named Edna Quintana, who disappeared on May 3rd. September 25th, 2023. The El Paso County coroner identified the remains found by the CBI investigators as those of Suzanne, 3 years and 4 months after her disappearance. So now, over 3 years later, her remains have been found. And I believe that a lot of answers are going to start coming. And I believe her husband Barry did this. I truly do. And I want to go through it in another video, his interrogation with the police, as well as his brothers, because they're very, very telling. But he's got so many red flags. His behavior is strange, and that bike was definitely planted. It was placed there, tossed there, and you heard the officer there at the scene. It was seen off the road. If she was truly had gone off the road, fallen over, what have you, somebody would have seen her, and also her helmet. Her helmet had no damage to it. There was no blood, nothing there on the bike or on the ground to indicate anything had happened to her, but that the bike was tossed over or put there purposefully in that way. So I believe Barry did it. I believe all that openings and closings of his car door, and there's so much movement, and I think it was during that 6-hour window that his phone went into airplane mode, all of this went down. And then, of course, the next morning, May 10th, Mother's Day, he decides to go to Broomfield, and this is his alibi. And he knows he can't work on a Sunday, let alone on Mother's Day. So, but he thought, I can use this as an alibi. I'll be seen. And hey, I didn't do anything to my wife. And why was he coming in and out of this hotel with shovels? Shovels, plural. Not just one. Like 3 shovels. Later on, it was complained that his room smelled like bleach or chlorine. Now, the hotel later said that he was near the pool, but I don't know. I think that's a good explanation. And multiple trips to garbage cans and dumpsters throughout his little jaunt from home to Broomfield. Very, very odd. And I think his acting when he arrived, when the officers had that in that body cam, that he was upset, I think it was all an act. I think it was all an act. But this is, again, the beginning of the case. And as you guys can see, I totally am for the prosecution side of the case. I believe they have it correct here. And I hope that if Barry truly did it, which is what I believe, I hope that her remains are going to give the answers that the state needs to convict him and get justice for Suzanne Morphew. And I still think it's very strange that his daughters are so loyal to their father. I don't know. It's just a very strange thing to me. But we'll get more into all of that in the next video. But let me know what you guys think of this case. I know some of you may have been following it from the get-go, from 2020 when you heard about it. I've just started following it when they found her remains. It's just a crazy mystery to me. And I don't really see how anyone else could have done it. I really don't. There's just, to me, too many red flags and too many flashing lights that surround Barry in my mind. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.